First on the list, we have Interstate 4 in Florida. Interstate 4 is the deadliest highway in America, with 1.25 deaths per mile. Overall, 165 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. It's the only one of two U.S. highways with more than one death per mile. Most of the fatal crashes occur along the segment in Orlando, Florida. January is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Interstate 4, which runs between Tampa and Daytona Beach. Along the I-4, the most common harmful event is two motor vehicles colliding, which can include a moving car colliding with an illegally parked vehicle on the highway. Overturned vehicles are the second most likely cause of a fatal accident on the I-4, and collisions with pedestrians are third. The most likely day of the month for there to be a deadly accident is on the 10th. Sunday is the worst day of the week for the 132 miles between Tampa and Daytona Beach. And the worst hour to be on the I-4 is between 2 and 3 a.m. Up next, we have the Interstate 5 in Texas. Interstate 5 ranks second among the deadliest highways in America, with 1.2 deaths per mile. Most of the fatal crashes occur along the segment in Houston, Texas. Overall, 290 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. November is the most dangerous month to be traveling on the Interstate 5 in Texas, which runs between Dallas and Galveston. The most likely day of the month for a fatal accident is the 12th. Saturday is the worst day of the week for the 285 miles between Dallas and Galveston, and the worst hour to be on the I-5 between 2 and 3 a.m. Along the I-5, the most common harmful event is two motor vehicles colliding. Pedestrian collisions rank second, and overturned vehicles are the third most likely cause of a fatal accident. Up next, we have U.S. Route 192. The U.S. Route 192 ranks third on the list with 1.867 deaths per mile. Overall, 65 people lost their lives on this highway. October is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Route 94, which runs between the city of Four Corners and Indialantic, Florida. The most likely day of the month for there to be a deadly accident is on the 8th. Friday is the worst day of the week for the 75 miles between Four Corners and Indialantic. The worst hour to be on Route 192 is between 8 and 9 p.m. On this road, you'll need to watch out for pedestrians, as this is the most common form of fatal accident. The second most common harmful event is two motor vehicles colliding, and overturned vehicles are third. Up next, we have Interstate 17 in Arizona. Interstate 17 ranks fourth on the list of America's deadliest highways, with 0.843 deaths per mile. Most casualties are concentrated near the city of Phoenix, Arizona. Sadly, 123 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. March is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Interstate 17, which runs between Flagstaff and Phoenix. The deadliest day of the month is the 3rd, and Saturday is the deadliest day of the week for the 285-mile road, and the deadliest hour is from 3 to 4 p.m. On the I-17, the most common cause of death is motor vehicle collisions. Overturned vehicles are second, and pedestrians are the third most likely way you can die on this highway. Up next, we have Interstate 95 in Florida. The I-95 ranks 5th on the list with 0.73 deaths per mile. Over 4 years' time, a total of 1,400 people lost their lives on this highway, with most casualties occurring along the segment in Jacksonville, Florida. We don't recommend taking the I-95 over the 4th of July weekend, as July is the most dangerous month to be traveling on this road, which runs between Miami and Massachusetts. The deadliest day of the month is the 1st, and Sunday is the deadliest day of the week for the 1,900-mile stretch of road. The deadliest hour is from 1 to 2 a.m. On the I-95, you'll need to be vigilant about fellow drivers, as motor vehicle collisions rank first. Overturned vehicles rank second, and collisions with trees are the third most likely cause of death. Up next, we have Interstate 10. The I-10 comes in at number 6 of the deadliest highways in the U.S., with 0.7 deaths per mile. Like the I-45, most of the fatal crashes occur along the segment in Houston, Texas. Overall, 1,700 people lost their lives on this highway from 2011 to 2015. July is the most dangerous month to be traveling on Interstate 10, which runs between Santa Monica and Jacksonville, Florida. The most likely day of the month for there to be a deadly accident is the 1st. Saturday is the worst day of the week for the 2,400 miles between Santa Monica and Jacksonville, and the worst hour to be on the I-10 is from 2 to 3 a.m. Along the I-10, the most common harmful event is two motor vehicles colliding. Overturned vehicles rank second, and pedestrians are the third most likely cause of death. Up next, we have U.S. Route 175. U.S. Route 175 ranks 7th on the list with 0.685 deaths per mile. Over a 4-year period, 76 people lost their lives on this highway, with most casualties occurring near Dallas, Texas. April is the deadliest month to be traveling on Route 175, which runs between Dallas and Jacksonville. The deadliest day is the 3rd, and Sunday is the deadliest day of the week for the 111-mile stretch of road. The worst hour to be on Route 175 is from 1 to 2 p.m. On Route 175, the most common harmful event is two motor vehicles colliding. Pedestrians rank second, and guardrail collisions are third. Up next, we have Interstate 37. Interstate 37 ranks 8th on the list of deadliest highways in America, with 0.65 deaths per mile. Over Over a 4-year period, a total of 93 people lost their lives on this highway, with most fatal crashes occurring near San Antonio, Texas. You should avoid taking this road during the holidays, as December is the most dangerous month to be traveling on this highway, which runs between San Antonio and the city of Corpus Christi. The deadliest day of the month is the 26th, and Friday is the deadliest day of the week for the 143-mile stretch of road. The deadliest time to be on the I-37 is from 2 to 3 a.m. Along the I-37, the most